Hi ladies, I wanted to talk about the rotator cuff today. Our shoulder is one of the most complex joints in the body, and it's also one of the most injured because it is used so often and it's also so mobile. So it's what we call a ball and socket joint, and the only other one we have is in our hip. But because our arms are used so regularly, whether we're lifting kids or groceries or making dinner or doing whatever it is we're doing every day, all day long, our shoulders are put in a strain. So the rotator cuff is very complex, like I mentioned. I'm going to try and squeeze in hours worth of information into just a couple minutes for you. So you'll be experts in no time. So as I mentioned before, it's a rotator cuff. It's not a rotary cup. It's not a rotator cup or whatever people say. It's a rotator cuff. That's often a mispronounced term. So, and what that is it's actually, it's not a structure per se. It's four muscles. So the rotator cuff is four different muscles that support your shoulder. There's two in the back, one over the top, and then one in the front. And they're called the sits muscles, S-I-T-S, sits. So why is that important? Well, because there are four main muscles, the two of them that are in the front, in the top, 1 and 2, are more likely to be used than the two in the back. Why? Because we are always in a forward position. So what tends to happen is there's an imbalance of those two muscle groups. So the two in the front get overworked and the two in the back get stretched because they're not being used too often. So they end up elongating because they're constantly put on a stretch because we're always hunched over. So what I want to talk to you about today is how to try and balance that out a little bit more and things to do. So what I actually have here is a foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, you can use a pool noodle. You can roll up a nice big towel. Whatever you can find that will allow you to lie on it. Excuse me while I try and get set up here. You lie on it and get you in a position so that your shoulders can actually go beyond the surface area. And that's the key. Hold on. Okay. Let me see if this works here. And so you're going to want to lay on it. Sorry, ladies, it's hard to angle by myself. Okay. You're going to want to lay on it and just try and really stretch those shoulders back as best you can. I hope you can see this. And a few great exercises to do is, number 1, you're going to do like a backstroke and really stretch. Feels so good. Don't forget to tilt that pelvis here, okay? If you can put your hand through, then you are not tilting your pelvis. You want to make sure you want to tilt up so that you have a flat back on the roller. And you're going to do some backstrokes. You're going to open it up all the way as far as you can. It feels so good across the chest because it's usually a tight area, and across, out and back. And then the last one you're going to do is reach up to the ceiling. So good to get those shoulders back. Gravity helps too. Pulls it down in this position. I would highly suggest trying to do this a few times a week to prevent injury. All right, more on the shoulder at another time. See ya.